Burning United, we're here at the Arlon booth. I'm here with Louie. We got a pretty cool product to share with you today. I'm going to let Louie take it away. Talk to me about what we're about to do, what you're about to show us. I'm already getting excited, and I don't even know what you're about to do, but I know it's going to be pretty cool.
For sure. So what we have here is our high-tack film, DPF 8200, and I'll be applying that here on the plastic surface of an igloo cooler. So this product is used in many, many surfaces, and one of them is a plastic surface. You can use it for walls as well, and the specific one we're using here is the one without any air egress, because it's a somewhat a textured plastic already, which will give you that air egress function. So let's put this here just to lay it out, and this is already pre-cut, so I already took out the excess here. You can see it's a white film with a clear adhesive, and just peel this off. It's very easy. It's one of the best features about our product. It's very easy to remove from the liner, so you don't really pre-stretch the graphic at all when you try to take it out. And one cool tip is just to fold that liner. And what I'm using here is just a special wrap glove called the Michael Jackson edition. And it just glides really nice and smooth on the surface, on the film. And just tacked it up there. And I'm not really applying it heavy right away. I'm somewhat repositioning it, and the texture is giving me that repositionability. And if I have to adjust it, very easy to adjust. Do that hinge.
How long does something like this stay on here? What's the lifespan you're looking at?
So this product is rated for 7 years, even though it's a calendared film, but it's a premium calendared film. But this one, as long as it's not get, it can really pretty much stay there almost forever. But this one would last for at least 3-5 years, and as long as you don't pick on the edge, you'll be good to go.
So you're taking this thing out to sporting events out on the boat. It might be getting wet, any of that kind of stuff. No problem.
Because really it's on the edges that will be the issue. As long as nobody's picking on those edges, you'll be fine. And you can see that how we actually prepare this is that the decal is a little bit inside of the edge. And any kind of really rolling over that edge is always the failure point. And this is, I would say, this is a quote-unquote flat application. And that would really give you that durability that you want. And even if I run my finger on this edge, it's barely catching anything. Because you want to soften it a little bit with heat. But you can already see the texture. You can see the orange peel of the plastic is starting to show if I just put more pressure on it. On areas that I have not applied yet, it's still really smooth. As long as you apply with firm pressure all over the graphic, you'll be good to go.
So when you heat it, it's not just full coverage with the adhesive. I would assume that's happening, but you also mentioned it's softening the plastic to.
No, it's softening the adhesive
so
that it flows on those texture. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so even with the mild kind of texture you have on a thermos or an igloo cooler.
Yeah, like this standard texture right here, this product will be no problem at all.
I want to take a step over here at this exhibit, this example you have here. This to me is pretty amazing. I thought this was painted on when I first saw it. I'm not going to lie, but I'm also a bit of a novice. Talk to me about this. This is, if I were to fall on this, I'd be in the hospital for 2 weeks. There's so much texture and grit. What is this product? What's going on here? Who's interested in this? Talk to me about it.
Right. So this product right here is our newest line in our vital product range, which is DPF V9500. And it's made of a non-PVC face stock, which makes it super conformable on textured surfaces. So you have cast films, you have calendared films, but even with a higher premium product, which is a non-PVC polyurethane-based film, including the laminate as well, which is V3370, it is more conformable on the surface and much more stable and for a longer durability as well. So if anybody that is looking for a good conformability and durability as well on textured surfaces like this split face concrete or maybe brick or cinder block, it will be the product that you want for it. So how can you have this flat piece of film with adhesive on it to go onto these textured surfaces? And I'll show you two methods. One is just for an interesting use of a tool that you won't expect, and the actual tool that we use in the industry. So let's start with this. And this product will have a gray adhesive, and it's a high-tack adhesive. It even has an air egress as well, But for textured surfaces, really, you don't need that air egress. But this one, you can use it on flat surfaces and it will not trap any bubbles. But it will still work as well on the texture without any issues. And it has very great liner adhesion so that you can do a pre-cut on it and it doesn't lift on the edge. And let's see here. Let's take this off. Take this down here. And we can put a little bit of a gap in there so we can just see and not really catch the edge. So right now, we just have to just lay it on the surface and then just, it's not done yet. It's still in progress. And now the next thing is to put this on the surface. So first, let's use this normal tool that's usually used on any kind of textured application. What's really important is to just pre-roll it on the surface so that it doesn't just blow over as you put heat to it, which we'll do in a little bit. So it's really critical to just roll it cold. And next thing is, I want to be careful on the edges. This is really the hard part of this part is to make sure that the edges are not going to roll over. Just a little bit of heat first just to see where the film wants to go. There you go. Very good. We'll start with like a hinge up top here. It's really light, but you can always go a second time. So I'm really heating it there, putting more, and you can see that how it conforms on that. And
That's like, I mean, it's like magic.
it is. Yep. And I'm not even David Blaine. So making this happen. So you can see this is a roller, and that's the usual tool that we use. So you just heat the film, and then you roll it, and then you overlap your pass every single time, right? And what's really critical is to watch those edges so that they don't roll over as you heat the film. Now, this tool right here, this is actually used for makeup most of the time, but we just saw this, one of our customers use it, and it's kind of cool to just to show how to do this here. You will not use this for an actual application, but it's the same concept wherein you have a foam that you press on the surface, except it's not rolling. So it's kind of like just pressing it like that.
Wow, look at that.
You can do it on the edge as well. Just like just a little bit there.
So you're just lightly dabbing this. You're not even really putting a ton of force into it.
No, as long as you put firm pressure so that you see the texture come through. And if I go too cold, let's say I don't heat it enough, you can see a big difference, right? It's like more pressure, more conformability. And there's a little bit of high spots only, but not the low spots. But if I heat it again, and I can even stay here quite long, and not even turn white, I can even go close at it. See, there's more conformability that has afterwards. So they'll just do that uniformly across the board, and then just trim the edges, and it'll be good to go.
Amazing. This is so cool. I would never think that it's possible to do that. This is the 9500. And what did we put on the cooler again?
DPF 8200.
8200 on the cooler. The 9500, the 8200. We got coolers. We got broken. Masons could use this stuff. We're here at the Arlon booth. A lot of amazing stuff. Louis, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.